Okay, I'm actually going to try the gray primer today. Okay, after consulting Dr. Google, it looks like I'm going to need about 4 of these teaspoons. Man, I didn't ask my wife for this, but it's better to ask for forgiveness than to seek permission. And I hope she's going to kill me, but I need 4 of these in here and try to clean it out. Hopefully she won't even know. If her cakes start tasting like hardener, I'm in some serious trouble. Well, I did have to thin that. It was a little bit too sputtery. So I thinned it down, just like the instructions said, and it came out nice. Once again, kids, this may be beginner's luck. I'll take it. It turned out wonderful again. It looks like it's laying down flat again. So far, I'm still extremely pleased with that paint sprayer. Here it is. I had to, for a couple of spots, turn this on a 45 and use the circular pattern. Turn it down to a spray just a little, and it works out perfect when you do that. This paint sprayed differently, this primer sprayed differently than that other epoxy primer. The other epoxy stuff came out of there very atomized. This was slightly less atomized, however, once it got on there and laid down, it laid down nice and flat and smooth. So the next thing to test with that baby is paint. So far, still love it. I'm using the tractor and implement finish. I put the hardener in it, I put the reducer in it, and I put it in here. And since the 1.8 millimeter tip has been going pretty well for me, I'm going to try it with this one, see how it goes. Okay guys, here's what that the gray primer laid down. Once again, smooth. So I don't know if it's kind of hard to tell, but that is a real smooth lay down. Now I laid that primer down again when it was hotter and it got textured like this, and I didn't want to waste the paint, so I went on and painted over it with the paint. So I still don't know if the paint laid down smooth and the primer was under it that was rough, but the temperature definitely dried it up too fast. Anyway, that's something I got to work on. But like I said, I had a pint of paint. I didn't want to waste it, so I went on and shot it, and now I'll have to sand this out. But this is smooth. So I'm going to shoot the paint again with a 1.5 millimeter tip, and do it in the morning when it's nice and cool out, and see if that changes it. So we'll give it a shot. Well, for the paint, I'm going to switch to the 1.5 tip, I do believe. Yes, 1.5 on here. I didn't look at the instructions, but I'm going to just wing it here. This looks like the 1.5 right there. So my guess is we're going to take this off. That comes off. And it looks like that thing comes out. There was a wrench that came with it. Here it is. And we'll see about getting this off of here. Okay. Okay. There's the 2 millimeter tip. That's what I've been using to prime. And it looks like I might have to unscrew the back of this thing right here. Okay, let's see if that does. Oh, there it goes. So this thing slides out the back. Okay. Now that does have a little, it's like a little Teflon bushing or something on it. So make sure I get that on there. And I think, guys, I think you're supposed to put this in first. Don't quote me on that, but I think you're supposed to, that is, get this tip in and then put this thing over it. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, if you screw yours up, don't blame it on me. And I'll get a wrench, put it on that, tighten this thing up. And I don't know what that smaller tip is going to do with the paint. I just used this again with primer and it was beautiful. And I'll put this back together and we'll try it with the paint and see how that works out. Well, I don't know if you can really see it very well in there. There's a slight texture, but it laid down nicely. The paint went on with that 1.5. It's got gloss. I would say it's like a factory paint job there. Good. Let's take a look at the parts over here. They look pretty doggone good too. Like I said, there's a slight texture. It's still drying, but I'm pretty happy. He's down pretty good. So I would say overall, I really like that painter. I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but well, the paint lays down smooth as well. So it's a matter of mixing it and how you spray it. You're able to get that paint to lay down really nicely. Okay, overall impressions. If you don't have a compressor, this thing really works well. You have to mix the paint correctly. You have to mess with your adjustment to get it spraying correctly, but it sprays well. I'm going to do a head-to-head comparison. Oops, there we go. With this one that I had bought from Harbor Freight, oh gosh, maybe a year ago. Anyway, we're going to, I've never really taken it out. We're going to go head-to-head with this Harbor Freight gun and see which one does a better job. I'll do that in a review coming up, guys. So thank you very much for watching. One more installation, a review on this one, which will also be a review on this one. Well, remember that teaspoon I used of my wife's? Yikes! I left it in some cleaner. I can't remember if it was acetone or not, but don't rat me out. Holy mackerel.